Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'll be showing you guys how to create custom/commands. So here is a quick preview on custom/commands. Alright, so I'm just going to start off by creating a custom command. So you can do it by doing custom create, command name will be hello, and I want my response to be world. Okay, and then I just click on enter. Okay, it's going to send me back an embed with name hello, response world. So if I run /hello world, /hello, it's going to give me world. Alright, as you can see here, I run /hello, it's going to give me world. And I can also remove this custom command, so I can do that by doing custom remove and pass in the command name, which is going to be hello. And it's going to tell me that custom command has been deleted. So once I run, if I try to run /hello again, it's not going to work. Alright, back to the tutorial. So in order for this to work, you need to have my command handler. I'll link this video down in the description. Alright, other than that, you also need to connect to MongoDB. So make sure you do that as well. I'll also link that video down in the description, so you can also watch how to connect to MongoDB. Okay, so we're going to start off by creating a model. So if you have a models folder, a previous models folder, you can use that, or else you can just create a new models folder. And here we're going to create a new file called custom commands.js. So here is where we put our mongoose model. So we're going to quickly import mongoose first. So we can do that by doing const mongoose equals require mongoose. And then first we're going to define a schema. So const schema equals to new mongoose.schema. And then in here, we're going to have guild ID, which is going to be a string. Make sure that it's capitals. Next, we're going to have command name, which is also going to be a string. And then lastly, we have response. So this is what the bot is going to respond. So we're also going to have it as string. Alright, so we're just going to do module.exports equals to mongoose.model. And here we can just do custom commands. And then we can just pass in our schema in here like this. Alright, perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create the command itself. So I'm just going to head on to /commands. And I'm going to use it in utils. Okay, you can put it in whatever folder you want. I'm just going to create a utils. I'm just going to call this command, I'm just going to call it the same file name. So custom commands.js. Alright, so we're going to have our main export. So module.exports name. So keep in mind, I'm going to do this with sub commands, so it looks a bit more neater. You can separate this into two different commands if you want, but I'm just going to make it in sub commands. So custom, this is the main name, and then description will be custom command configuration. And then we're going to have permissions. So if in order for permissions to work, you need to watch my permission handler video for /commands. I'll also link that video down in the description, so you can watch that. And I'm just going to set the permission to manage messages. Alright, and then we're going to have our options. So in here, we can specify our sub command. So the first sub command we're going to create, so we're going to create a sub command which creates custom command first, and then we're going to create a command which removes the custom command. So I'm going to start off with create. So I'm just going to call this create description, create a custom command. If I can type. Alright, and then we're going to have this type as sub command. And then in this sub command, we're going to have some options. So options name will be command. So this is the command that we're going to create. Description, just going to call this name of the custom command. And then we can do type. This is going to be a type of string. And then it is required, so I'm just going to do required true. Alright, so for the next one, we're going to create a response. So response, description, response for this custom command. And then we can do type, will also be type string. And then lastly, we're going to make it required, so required true. Alright, so once you created the options, we can now create the run function. So I'm just gonna do run async client and interaction. We don't need args anymore, so I'm just gonna do client interaction only. Alright, so I'm just gonna get some IntelliSense. So this is optional. I'm just gonna add some js.comments. So client, just gonna import client from Discord.js, and gonna import command interaction from Discord.js as well. Right, so as you can see here, now I can have interaction and I can get all of the options. Alright, so that's why I added this code over in here. But this is optional. You can just remove this if you don't want it. Alright, the first thing you want to do is you want to actually check which sub command the user is using. So we can do that by doing const sub command equals to interaction dot options dot get sub command. So in here it tells me what sub command it is. Alright, and then next we can just quickly grab the command name as well. So we can just do const command name equals to interaction the options dot get get string. And then lastly we're gonna have our response. So const response equals to interaction dot options dot get string response. Okay, I don't want to forget to add command in here, so it matches like this. So as you can see, command response, and then we can have command and response like this. Alright, so now we're just gonna create a if statement. So if sub command is equals to create. Alright, and then we're just gonna put this response in here. Okay, so we're just gonna keep both of these, so sub command and command name, out of the if statement, because this is also going to be used in the remove command, so we don't need to redefine it later on. So we're just going to put response inside the create sub command. Alright, so once we're done with this, we actually need to get the data. So you can do that by doing const custom command equals to await custom command model. So we need to import that as well. So let's scroll up, and we're just going to do const custom command model equals require. So you want to require the schema that the model that we created earlier. So $/ models / custom commands. Alright, and then you want to scroll back down. Just going to custom command model dot find one. You want to find a single custom command, and then we're just going to find for the command name. So command name like this. Alright, so yeah, that should be it for now. And now let's just move on. So we're just gonna do if there is no custom command. So if there is no custom command, we're just gonna create a new custom command. So we can just do await custom command dot create, custom command model dot create, and then we can pass in our arguments in here. Alright, so in here we can have our command name, our response, and our guild ID. So guild ID will be interaction dot guild dot, or you can just do guild ID. Okay, so I'm just gonna create a new object. So I'm just gonna cut this away. I'm just gonna do here what can I call this, properties, and then I can just pass in the object like this. So we can actually just put properties like this, properties. Perfect. So we can reuse this object later on, so we don't need to retype everything. So else, if there is data, alright, so we're just gonna update the data if there is data already. So custom command dot update, and then we just pass in properties in here. Properties. Perfect. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you want to create a command in the guild. So in order to do that, we can do await interaction dot guild dot commands dot create. And then here, we can just do name will be command name, and then we can just do description will be anything you want. So I'm just gonna call this a custom command. Okay, and then just a quick recap. I'm just gonna go to Discord once again. So if I do / as you see, a sans channel name, this is a description. Play a song, this is a description. Returns WebSocket ping, this is a description. So don't get confused on why am I doing this. Alright, so once you're done with this, I'm just gonna create an embed so it looks a little bit better. So I'm just gonna do const embed equals new message embed. Okay, and a set title. I'm just gonna call this custom commands, add field, the name. So this is just like a success message. So I'm just gonna send a success message as an embed, so it looks a little bit better. Okay, you can do it with a custom, a normal message if you want, but I'm just gonna make it with a embed. So add field, response. We're gonna have it as response in here like this. Alright, so lastly, we're gonna send the confirmation message. I mean the success message. So you can do that by doing return interaction dot follow up, and then we can just do embed. Perfect. So let's just try this out. Right. So if I do custom create, as you can see here, it pops up. I create a command. So I'm just call this command. What can I say? Recon. Okay. I'm just gonna call this command recon. Response will be subscribe. Okay. So just a random command. And if I go to my database and I refresh, sorry for the light mode. Should I put a warning? But as you can see here, there's a new data. If I zoom in, if it's possible, yep. If I zoom in, you can actually see that the command name is recon, response is subscribe, and we have our guild ID in here. Alright, perfect. So, but if I try to run the recon slash command, it's gonna say an error is occurred because we actually haven't handled that part yet. Alright, so now I'm gonna teach you guys how to handle using the custom slash commands. So let's just come back to our project, and we want to go to events. And we're going to interaction create.js. Alright, it should look something like this. Okay, you want to come to this part over here. So you want to find for if there's no command. Okay, and then you want to delete this whole thing. Okay, you want to delete this whole thing. And then instead of doing if there's no command, we're just going to do if command like this. And then we want to move the bracket down right after the command run. So it's basically saying that if there's a command, we're going to run this code. Alright, so we can add an else statement in here. So else, if there's no data, we can just do our own logic. We can put in our own logic. So before that, we actually need to import the model once again. So const custom command model equals require, and then slash models slash custom command. Alright, so now we can actually define our custom command. So we can do it by doing const custom command equals to await custom command model dot find one. So command name, we're gonna search for command name, which is gonna be interaction dot command name. Perfect. And then we can do if there is no custom command, we're just going to do return interaction.followup content and error occurred. So it's just like before, if there is no command, it's just going to send this message. So if there is a custom command, we're just going to return the response. So we can just do return interaction.followup content will be custom command dot response. Alright, so now let's just test this out again. So if I create a new command, so custom, I'm just gonna call this command hello, response will be world. Okay, and then I can do slash hello. It's gonna say world. Perfect. But if I try to run the slash recon, as you can see here, it's not actually allowing me to. But if I go to my database and I refresh, you can see that recon is still here. Okay, so the reason that slash recon is not showing up is because we need to actually set the slash commands, the custom slash commands, when the bot is fired up. So in order to do that, we can just go to handler slash index.js, and then you want to scroll down until you find your command set. So if you set it like set it for guilds, it's gonna look something like this, and if you set it for the application, so it's basically the global slash commands, you just want to go to below both of them. You want to go below both of them. I'm just going to comment this out because I'm not going to use the application. Alright, so just want to go below both of them once again. And you want to write our logic over in here. Once again, we're going to import our model first. So we can do that by doing const custom command model equals to require / models / custom commands. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down once again, and then we're gonna write our logic in here. So custom command model.find, we're gonna get all of the data. Then it's gonna give us an array of data. So data. Okay, since there's an array, we're gonna use a for each function. So data for each. So for each of the command, we're gonna set the command. So you can do that by doing const guild. So first you want to get the guild, and then we can just do client.guilds.catch.get command guild ID. And next we can do guild question mark. So if the guild is present, we can just do commands.create. You can create a new command, and then we can just do name command command name. And then we can do description. And we can pass in our own command description. So I'm just going to follow the previous description, which is going to be a custom command. So I save this and I restart the bot. It should work. And I should be able to use the /recon/command. Alright, so if I do /recon, as you can see here, the command is now available. Subscribe. So as you can see here, if I change the data to something like, oh, actually, you can actually change the data. So let's say you want to just write, instead of subscribe, you want to write subscribe to. Alright, so you can do that by doing custom command create. Command will be recon, and you can just straight away change the response in here. So subscribe, and then we can just do write subscribe twice. Okay, you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna write subscribe. Perfect. So I'm just going to go to interaction create.js and just remove the, where is it? I'm just going to remove this and because it's kind of duplicating it, so I'm just going to remove it. Alright, so if I try to run the /recon/command again, it should give me a new response, which is subscribe instead of subscribe. And if I go to my database and I refresh the database, as you see here, it's going to be subscribe. Perfect. So now let's move on to the last step, which is creating a delete command. So it's going to be almost the same, just a little bit different. So we're going to create a new subcommand. So we can do that by doing name. So make sure this is not inside the subcommands option. You want to make it the parents option. So name will be delete. Okay, make it remove. All right. So description, remove a custom command. Type will be type of subcommand. Options, we can actually use the same options, so you can just recycle it. We just need the command name, so you can just copy and then just paste it in here like this. Alright, so you're gonna scroll down and we're gonna check if the else if subcommand is equals to delete, and then we can just do if there is no custom command. Okay, so this is defined earlier, right on top of here. So if there's no command, we're just gonna do return interaction dot follow up content that custom command does not exist. Alright, and then next we can just do await custom command man dot delete. So this is basically past. So this is when if the data exists, so we're just gonna delete the data. And next we're gonna get the command ID, so you can do that by doing const command equals to await interaction dot guild dot commands dot catch dot find. We're gonna find for command command dot name is equals to our command name. And then in here we can access our ID. So as you can see here, command.id, we can get our ID. So that's the /commands ID. So in order to delete a /command, you need to have ID. So that's why I did that. So interaction.guild commands delete, and then we can pass in our command ID in here. Okay, lastly, you can send a success message. So you can do that by doing return interaction.followup. Content will be custom command has been deleted. Alright, so I currently have the /hello /command. Alright, so if I try to delete the /command, I can just do / custom delete, and then I can pass in hello like this. Okay, just ignore this. It's from my other instance. Okay, as you can see here, custom command has been deleted. If I go to my database and I refresh my database, as you can see here, the data is now gone. And if I try to run /hello, just do /hello, it's not going to be there. Oh, one more thing, I just realized that you don't actually need to do this. You can actually do, I'm pretty sure you can do a command.delete like this, but I'm not sure. So just to be safe, I just did this. Alright, yeah, that should conclude today's video on the custom command system. If you have any questions or you want to suggest a new video, feel free to join the Discord server. Links will be in the description. Other than that, have a nice day. See you in the next video. Bye!